to white female.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is...
Hey guys, Lucas here again for another movie review. Today we are talking about the new Melissa McCarthy comedy, Tammy, which is also written by McCarthy and directed by her husband, Ben Falcone. Tammy, as played by Melissa McCarthy, is a person that you could say is down on her luck. She gets fired from her job. She finds that her husband is cheating on her. So in this adventure that serves as a means to kind of find out what she wants to do with her life, she does this road trip with her grandmother, played by Susan Sarandon, and in an attempt to get to Niagara Falls, hijinks ensue. Now, I have mixed feelings on Melissa McCarthy because when Bridesmaids came out, I was one of the few people that really did not like that movie at all, but she was the one bright spot in that movie to me because she was the only really likable character, and she also, was the one person that made me laugh. So I was definitely excited to see what she could do beyond that. But unfortunately, Melissa McCarthy has kind of turned into the female Kevin Hart for me, where she just keeps doing the same role over and over again, and it gets increasingly less funny. When I saw the advertisements for Tammy, I was not looking forward to it because it looked like the same thing we saw 1,000 times before. And unfortunately, that's really what Tammy is, although there is a little bit more heart here than her past films. Melissa McCarthy's performance in this movie is better than I think her past couple of films, because I think in this film she balances the loud and obnoxious with the sweet a little bit better. And Susan Sarandon, who plays her grandmother, I think they have some good scenes together occasionally, and sometimes they really felt believable as a grandmother and a granddaughter. And Susan Sarandon, who kind of has this cliche role of an alcoholic, loudmouth grandmother, actually pulls it off, even though she looks a little too young to be playing someone her age in the movie. I thought that she took the role and kind of brought some nuances that made it a little less cliche. The third act of this movie is really where it kind of becomes more likable, because I think that there are some good scenes in here. There's a really good pep talk that Tammy gets from a certain character that I don't want to spoil in the third act. I thought was actually really well done and very realistic. And that's where the film actually has like a nice little sweet wrap-up, and it felt believable and it felt honest. But the first two-thirds of this movie are kind of painful. They're not funny. They just seem to be wandering around aimlessly looking for something that's funny. And that's another big problem with this movie. It's just not funny. I chuckled maybe once or twice. There's a couple of scenes in here that are funny, but really a lot of the best parts were given up in the trailer. And the movie, like I said, it just feels like it's aimless. It's really boring. There's not a lot of structure or focus really put into the plot. You're not even really sure what the main character, you're not really sure what Tammy even wants. You're not sure what she's trying to gain out of this experience, which I feel is another big problem with the movie. And then you also got this really, really forced romance with Mark Duplass that really is underdeveloped, and they really give no reason why these two would be attracted to each other. So there's a lot of stuff wrong with this movie. Unfortunately, it really doesn't become the kind of movie that it's trying to be until the third act for me, where it does have some sweet moments. But a lot of this movie is really dull, really unfunny, and unfortunately just really boring. So I didn't hate this movie. It's not terrible, but unless you're the biggest Melissa McCarthy fan, I can't really recommend that you go see this in the theater. So I'm going to give it a generous 2.5 star out of 5 rating. That's my review of Tammy. What did you think of the movie? Where does it rank in the pantheon of Melissa McCarthy movies? And do you agree with me? Do you think that Melissa McCarthy should do something different, or do you enjoy her basically playing this same character that she's kind of been playing for the past couple of years now? So let me know what you thought of the movie below. If you like this review, you can subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.
Oh my God, there's 2 of them.
We're gonna need more pies. America, huh? What have you ever done that's that cool?
I watched Neil Armstrong walk on the moon.
On his bike?
Neil.